Everybody at some point in their lives has experienced failure. It could be something as simple as not getting the job you wanted or getting fewer marks even after working so hard. What defines you is not your failure, but how you get up after being hit. Here are the failure to success stories of some famous people all over the world that will definitely inspire you on one of those days when you have just given up hope. Number 1. A wildlife presenter on the Discovery Channel. After leaving school, he briefly considered joining the Indian Army and hiked in the Himalayan mountains of Sikkim and West Bengal. Eventually, he joined the Territorial Army and after passing the selection, served as the reservist with the SAS for 3 years until 1997. In 1996, he suffered a free-fall parachuting accident in Zambia. His canopy ripped at 16,000 feet, partially opening, causing him to fall and land on the parachute pack on his back, which partially crushed his 3 vertebrae. He later said, "I should have cut the main parachute and gone to the reservoir, but thought there was time to resolve the problem." According to his surgeon, he came within a whisker of being paralyzed for life. At first, it was questionable whether he would ever walk again. He spent the next 12 months in and out of the military rehabilitation. In a showcase of what pure determination and hard work can do, on 16 May 1998, he achieved his childhood dream, climbed to the summit of Mount Everest 18 months after breaking 3 vertebrae in a parachuting accident. At 23 years, he was at the time among the youngest people to have achieved this feat. This is the inspirational story of the amazing Grylls. He is known to the world as a television presenter for the Discovery Channel with his own show called Man vs. Wild. Number 2. A sports star. Once, a young schoolboy was caught in a fire accident in his school and was assumed that he wouldn't live. His mother was told that he was sure to die for the terrible fire he has devastated the lower half of his body. Even if he had to survive, he would be crippled throughout his life. But the brave boy didn't want to die, nor he wanted to be crippled. Much to the amazement of the doctor, he survived. But unfortunately, from his waist down, he had no motor ability. His thin legs just dangled there, lifeless. Ultimately, he was discharged from the hospital, but his determination to walk was indomitable. At home, he was not in bed, he was confined to a wheelchair. One day, he threw himself from the chair and pulled himself across the grass, dragged his legs behind him. He reached the fence, raising himself up, and then stake by stake, he began dragging himself along the fence. His resolve to walk was undeterred. He did this every day with faith in himself that he would be able to walk unaided. With his iron persistence and determination, he did develop the ability to stand up and then to walk and finally to run. He began to walk to school and then run for the sheer joy for running. Later in school, he made the track team. And in February 1934, in New York City's famed Madison Square Garden, this young man was not expected to survive, who would surely never walk, who could never hope to run. This determined young man, Dr. Glenn Cunningham, ran the world's fastest mile. Number 3. A software engineer. In the middle of 2009, he was a software engineer that no one wanted to hire. Despite a dozen years of experience at Yahoo and Apple Computer, he got turned down by 2 of the internet's most upcoming companies at that time. First Twitter and then Facebook. When he couldn't find any other company that would hire him, he teamed up with another Yahoo alum, Jan Koum, and built the application that hasn't only dominated cloud-based messaging but is also used all over the world. Yes, this person is none other than Brian Acton, who developed WhatsApp. WhatsApp was acquired by Facebook in 2014 for about $19 billion USD in cash and stock, making Acton's net worth about $3.8 billion.